Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Let's Stream RimWorld. We're on Alpha 11 like last time, although a smallish patch has come out since then, mostly just fixing a lot of bugs and optimizing things. I'm not going to read it off here, I already read it off on the pre-stream, but it's mostly just a bunch of little optimization things. We're starting a new colony because our last one was a travesty and we're on a new patch, kind of, anyway. Right, we need to create a new world, I believe. Yeah, version mismatch. Okay, we need to create a new world. So let's just create one real quick. And we've already picked our 3 winners for the first 3 names. Challenge. We can delete the old one. And it's funny how the one time we picked to be in a regular forest, the least threatening of places, is the one time that we get completely slaughtered. That's just our luck. Still, I like mountainous areas. Let's go mountainous tropical rainforest. So we'll have to combat the heat a bit in the hotter months. Alright, looks like we're starting with a really good brawler who loves the cold. That sucks for you, you're in the jungle. Also really good at researching, growing. Actually, this person in general is really good. Be named after the first person, which is Thomas G5. And the person is young, too. Wow, that's a lot of skill for someone who's young. Next we have Johns the Alcoholic, who will be renamed RR13, which I think is a new name. And let's just do... Does it fit? Almost. There we go, that fits. Oh, that sucks. Incapable of a lot of things, but a careful shooter, fast walker, and a postophobe. A postophobe kind of sucks, but the combat skills are amazing. Is that a byproduct of alcoholic trucker? I know, that limits a lot. This person's not horrible, actually. No one who's a great cook. And lastly, we have another person who's young yet has a lot of skill. Good social skill, that's useful. We have Little John. And sorry, Little John, but you are now a woman. Well, that says... You know what? Little J, you're now a rapper. That works. And let me fix up my chat a little bit now that I have those read off. All right, we're good to go. Thanks for the voting, everybody. And again, as we get more colonists, we'll be naming it after you guys in the chat. So you'll just have you'll have polls in the chat that you just have to say. All you have to do is vote yes in the chat live to if you want to be in the game or not, and then I'll have it randomly pick people from the chat to be in the game. And the colonists will be renamed after you guys. So we're in a tropical jungle on the top of a mountain. Okay. You're a brawler, so you're going to take the knife. You are awesome at every kind of combat, but you're not a brawler, so I want you to take the rifle. You're a careful shooter anyway. And Little John, you're garbage at shooting, okay at melee, but all we have left over is a pistol, so that's what you're using. Let them know that they can use their local building supplies. Okay, let's get a handle on this map. Ooh. Okay, I'm already liking this. This is even better than last time. That is roughly where we want to cut the map. And we're going to live within this big area. We will occasionally have sappers probably mining through areas, but it's nothing we can't deal with. Early on, we need some kind of easy choke point to defend. As for where we want to live early on, guys are there, that's really useful. So a longhouse right here wouldn't hurt. Then we can get some farmland up here. And we might start to live within the hollowed out mountain. Because that way, we're using up land that can't be used for farming. If the population gets really big, we're going to want a really big farm. Let's do a 15 by 10. And then we're going to have a 5 by 6 freezer we'll probably do for now. Actually, you know what? I want more room. Yeah, because I'm going to have a butcher table there and the cooking stove there. Okay, this'll work, this'll work. Just doing the pre-housing planning. This will probably have multiple doors. Actually, yeah. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, that'll do. Those are their sleeping spots. Let's set up their priorities real quick. You're an amazing hunter, and you have... Are you taking the gun? Yeah, I definitely want him to be hunting. Eeh. We do not have any good doctors. That's rough. We do have a really good researcher, which I value very highly. Right now, we're kind of starting in a weird position where our people excel at very specific things that we don't hardcore need early on. Quoted what you said. I was laughing. I don't know what I was quoted on. Sorry. I get quoted a lot. We're gonna... Okay, you are not prioritized to anything but research. I'm just gonna put growing as the only higher priority then right now, and plant cutting. And that'll have to do our usual 3x9s. And for this early on, we just want corn, medicine, and cotton. Because we have very few people to feed, and we also have a very good hunter. Okay, have them start doing their thing while we set up our stockpiles. Might want a warehouse up here. So the farm's there, and then the road will be up there, so we can have something like that for now. Ugh, I forgot what the 10 by 10 though you have. You know what, just double door. It'll be fine. Have that planned out for later. That's where our stockpile will be for now. Make another stockpile over here for a freezer. Preferred, but only take food and animal corpse. We need a dumping stockpile. For now, the dumping stockpile is gonna be there, but we're likely going to move that. Okay. Now I get to read the chat a bit because we have things planned out. What about NSP? NSP in my ears, life's okay. If the stream would show. Yeah, I like NSP. I always buy their albums. They're good. Okay, let's get our research bench out there. I usually like to have it outside my initial longhouse. For anyone new to these who doesn't know my usual starter, because I've been playing this game for years now, my usual starter I do is getting a longhouse where I do my cooking, and it becomes kind of a production center and eating barracks later. And then I get a research bench outside of it immediately and go into really early geothermal research. Especially when we have a good researcher. If we don't have anyone who's good at researching, then I get solar panel first, or solar power first. and I try and get the first house done, or at least the roof done, basically, so the walls are finished so that it has a roof. By the time everyone goes to sleep. Need material? Okay, well, he's gonna have to stay up a little bit. I'm not sure if any of these three have ever been in a match of RimWorld so far. I know Thomas G5 hasn't. I know Double R13 hasn't. I don't know if Little John has. Little John might have in one of the earlier ones. Oh, you were quoting me as to what I said to you earlier, but off stream when your special someone messaged me. Hey, you want me to embarrass you in front of all of YouTube? Hey, YouTube, watching this at home later in the future. Fucking... Oh, hey, Hawkeye. I'm just embarrassing my users, Hawkeye. Take no mind. Eating all the mushrooms in the chat. Her significant other messaged me earlier today to tell me that he was thankful for me and my community because he found her through my community. So... it was very cute and very sweet. Yeah, Hawkeye there is Hitbox staff. He's cool. I like him. We talked about video games and stuff once, and it was awesome. Who would have thunk it that that a member of a video game streaming site, a staff member, might have a common interest of video games? Now, Hawkeye, I know you're not here often, but What a Geek, one of our moderators, is he here right now? No? He has a... it must be a bookmark of at least, like, a bookmark folder of at least 100 GIFs where they superimposed explosions into it when there shouldn't be there, and he loves throwing those in the chat, so you already know how to appease to my viewers. Explosion GIFs. Okay. So we have that down. The next thing we want before we even get beds and stuff, we don't have power, although we're researching. It'll probably take us 4 or 5 game days before we have the wooden bench done. So what we want to do right now is mostly hauling. Little J's probably going to do a lot of the hauling for now. We want hauling, we want plant cutting, because we need wood. And we want to start putting down wooden floors for the sake of movement speed. Okay. And just as a reminder for everyone, this is in the updated version of Alpha 10, Alpha 11. I almost said 10.11, which is definitely not an alpha. We are in the next updated one, so it mostly just has a bunch of little bug fixes on top of the previous version that we streamed. Murica Day. Yeah, 3 days ago was Canada Day. I was gonna stream on Canada Day, but I ended up feeling sick, so... Instead, we all get to celebrate Treason Day with the Colonials. Life-giving water, nectar of the gods. Where did... Oh, there's Double R. The amount of freedom in this image is overwhelming. Does he have a... Oh, yeah, he does have a gun. I don't have my glasses on. I was gonna say, look, he's not truly free if he doesn't have a gun. But he's not shooting the gun. So really, how free is that image? Day of colonial aggression? It's not my day. You're Swedish. You probably celebrate when you broke off from, was it Denmark? Was it Denmark or Norway? Or was it both? It was Denmark, wasn't it? That occupied Sweden for a time in the, what had it been, 1400s? 1500s? 1400s. That was 1400s, right? Oh, no. Am I misremembering my Swedish history? I'm Canadian, so we don't learn Swedish history here. I learned this on my own time. Denmark! I'm awesome. Were you in an area similar to this before? I remember you playing in an area like this. We've played in tropical rainforests a few times. We're on a mountainous tropical rainforest right now. That's why we have all of this rock. I really like mountainous landscapes in this game. They give you a lot of natural choke points to use, as well as a large potential for mining, which I think is really fun for long-term games. That's why I always pick mountainous areas. Flatlands are good for challenge runs, but for long-term games, I don't find them that interesting. The main advantage they have is tons of farmland, but as long as you efficiently use your farmland, you don't really have too much of an issue. Do we have anyone set as a priority for cooking? Not really. I guess Little J will have to do it. Once we get cooking, that is. We still have Thomas researching just round the clock right now on geothermal research, so we can start using these steam geysers for electricity. Cool guys cause a lot of unnecessary property damage. Well, that's how you know they're cool. Well, you see, it's only unnecessary really to the layman, like us. Actual cool guys, and yes, I am implying that myself and everyone watching are uncool. Let's face it, guys. I'm live broadcasting RimWorld. Hi, Millie. I'm live broadcasting RimWorld from a one-bedroom apartment with my mother. She's not home right now, but I think we can all agree that we are, in fact, all gigantic losers in our own right. Oh my god! Jamestown! Now, for any of you who don't know American history, and I'm Canadian, which means I know too much about American history, Jamestown was England's first colony in the mainland Americas. I'm gonna say that, because I don't think it's their first. I'm pretty sure they landed in Newfoundland first, and they didn't make Jamestown in Newfoundland. But this is currently being streamed and recorded for YouTube later on July the 4th. We just found a Jamestown. You can just smell the patriotism. Well, I can't smell it because my sinuses are pretty shitty, but I can assume that you can all smell it. In before wrestling references about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, can you smell what The Rock is cooking, etc., etc. Which, yes, I can smell what The Rock is cooking. Someone with cryosickness just vomited all over. Like Millie. Vomiting all over, right, Millie? Right, Millie? She's walking away. She doesn't like being verbally abused. For context, when I was switching games, Millie, one of my cats, vomited. I had to clean up vomit. It was not pleasant. Yeah, it's like eating all the mushrooms said. Vomit on my chair and I will kill you. MDB 2015. I don't know why people like that quote so much. I guess it's just humorous. I'll leave that one for the YouTube. Alright, let's get a preemptive wire going. Fun fact about wires in this game. They do lower the beauty of an area by a very small margin. It's very small, you never really need to worry about it, just something to keep in the back of your mind. Okay, let's get things set up ahead of time for when the research is done. We'll get a cooking stove there. Hi, Bailey. And we'll get a wooden butcher's table over there.